Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the second semi-final. This one, New Zealand versus Australia. This is going to be an important game. Whoever wins this goes on to face the French in the final of Hong Kong. Looking through at Australia's starting lineup, it will be Henry Hutchinson, Nick Maloof, Maurice Longbottom, Hayden Sargent, Nathan Lawson, James Turner, and Dietrich Roach, and Michael Hooper. He's going to be coming off the bench in this contest. Then for the New Zealanders, Tapaya Cook-Savage, Fihi Finianofo, Moses Leo, Regan Ware, Dylan Collier, Scott Curry, and Andrew Newstub. So two very strong sides. I cannot wait to see who walks away with the victory. Now, we did see the women's sides playing off just before, New Zealand versus Australia. And New Zealand, they won that game 28 points to 14. They have gone on to the final to face the USA. Of course, the loser of this game will go on to face Ireland in the bronze medal final. So far, New Zealand have had 4 wins from 4, beating Great Britain, Argentina, USA, and also Fiji. So a great start to the Hong Kong Sevens campaign. Whereas for the Australians, they have also been very strong at the start, getting themselves a 12-0 victory over the Flying Fijians. That kind of set the tone. They've only lost the one game that was up against the French, 19 points to 14. Can they right those wrongs if they make it through to the final? Go on, the boys, do what the women's did. Says a bed's ablaze. And also we have got there, come on New Zealand, says a Mr. Braystone and go Hoops, says Hanoi. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how Michael Hooper faces up against New Zealand. This will be the first time ever in the Sevens that these two sides have gone head-to-head while Michael Hooper has been in the team. Of course, he has got that same kind of, aura about him as Antoine Dupont did when he was making his debut. He's had 69 caps as captain for the Wallabies. He's making his way off the bench for this one, and the captain already for Australia getting the hands on the ball, that being Nick Maloof. They are just out from their own goal line. Dietrich Roach puts in the fend, but he's tackled by Andrew Newstub, who got straight up to his feet and got the turnover penalty for New Zealand. That was fantastic work from him. Takes the quick tap. Looking to pass this one away to the left-hand side. Quick hands would be required from Tapaya Cook-Savage. Nice pass from Collier. Finian Norfolk trying to leg strive strength. And he doesn't get through the last attempt of Maloof, but Dylan Collier goes short side. New Zealand score within the first 50 seconds of this semi-final. And go New Zealand go, says Kevin Lala, and what a start, says Pads Blaze. Yeah, exactly the start to the match that they would have been after. I think that Dylan Collier there was given Andrew Newstub a big pat on the back, saying if it wasn't for your turnover, we wouldn't have got that try. But he managed to get that turnover, and then some nice crisp hands. Finian Norfolk. Surprising that he wasn't able to get over that try line after the power that he showed breaking through the tackle of Maurice Longbottom. And then Collier just got on the short side. Manages to score the try, and good. Says choke the woke. The kick has missed away to the right. So after 90 seconds in this first half, New Zealand sit with a 5-0 lead. Now, of course, these two sides, they will still be in action later on tonight, the winner and the loser. They both still get one more contest. For the winners, they will be playing at 10:53 p.m. New Zealand time. And then the loser, they will be playing at 9:40 p.m. New Zealand time. And there is still another game just around the corner that we are covering on the channel as well. That is going to be the match between Fiji and South Africa. That is happening at 7 p.m. But the ball is there for Scott Curry now inside of the 22. And forced backwards here in New Zealand. They don't want to end up with this ball just out from their line, as that is normally when the danger comes. Sargent very unlucky to give away the penalty there. He was trying his absolute best. New Zealand almost trapped him in there as well. So they've got lucky winning that one 10 metres out from their own line, and that will now allow them to kick this ball downfield into touch and get out of their own 22. Get out of there, New Zealand. Says a Nov mum. DJ Forbes, Kiwi legend, watching on for this game. Andrew Newstab about to go for this line-out throw here. New Zealand, though, having a majority of the possession throughout the early stages of the semi-final. The sooner that Australia start getting their hands on the ball, the sooner that they can start mounting their counter-attack. And they have now got it. Nick Maloof goes away to the right-hand side. Numbers here. Dietrich Roach inside ball to Jimmy Turner. And he does get tackled 10 metres out from the line. Penalty there. Nick Maloof asking for the penalty. He's asking for the yellow card as well to be given, but it is not going to be the case. Australia now 7 metres out. They are going to opt for the scrum, and they have put Jimmy Turner way out on the wing. That is the perfect place for him. If they can get that ball out wide, it will be incredibly hard for New Zealand to be able to stop him. Dietrich Roach there just goes with the ball on the inside. Yeah, you're not allowed to pull a man down over the breakdown, which is why New Zealand were penalised there. 5-0 at the moment for New Zealand. And Maurice Longbottom about to put this ball in, going away to this left-hand side. Dietrich Roach gets close, but he gets held up and wrestled down by Regan Ware. Nick Maloof now across to Maurice Longbottom. He goes in and scores the try for the Australians. And they will now get back into this contest and quite possibly will take the lead here with a kick to come. That is the 6th of his 2024 series there, Maurice Longbottom. Just slams that ball down. The turf's starting to look a little bit rough for day 3. It looks like every time you make a tackle or every time your boot gets stuck, it just rips up the ground. Longbottom lol, says Hanoi. And there as well. A very handy try scoring option for that man. And the extra 2 points is taken. 7 points to 5 now. Australia in the lead. Heading into 2 minutes left. Come on, boys. Seven Sisters can do it. You can do it. Come on. Says Spider Mech. Now it's going to be kicked into touch on the full from Longbottom. So that was a big mistake of the kickoff. Not this again, said Blues. No, it happens every time, doesn't it? Anytime Australia go far, that's the first thing that normally gets brought up about Maurice Longbottom. I just mentioned, though, something quite interesting. He got told he was too small in a different form of rugby, so he decided to give Sevens a crack, and that is where he's found all of his success. Shocking kick. Says Hanoi. Yeah, it wasn't even close to staying in the field of play, unfortunately, for Maurice Longbottom. New Zealand off their set piece. It's got 31% of their tries from the 7 circuit. Now 1 minute 10 remaining on the clock here. They are about to feed this ball in. So yeah, the next live stream that we have got is at 6:55 PM New Zealand time. He thinks he's Carter Gordon, says Hanoi. Now nicely dragged down there, Moses Leo by Dietrich Roach. 50 seconds on the clock. Dylan Collier going across to Fihi Finianofo. Good work in the breakdown from Henry Hutchinson. He was so close to getting the turnover, but now it's opened up a gap on the outside for New Zealand. Andrew Newstab trying to fend off James Turner. He's managed to do so, but he won't be able to stop him. Tried to reach out just short of the line. Back across, Scott Curry, bounce pass, doesn't quite find the hands of Finianofo. Now it does, but they'll go back for another penalty. Good evening, Irish Desmartis. Welcome in, mate. And yeah, that game at 6:55, it is going to be between South Africa and Fiji. So definitely one that you will want to watch. And but hard to be a Gordon because he doesn't have a long bottom. Your flu seems to be getting better. Hamish Goodman says Naz Williams. Yeah, I think it's like, I'm hoping it's going to be getting close to fix. Like before next weekend, we should be completely fine. It's just at the moment, the throat is brutal. And come on, boys, beat the Wallabies, says a Nov Mum. 20 seconds past halftime. Drew drinking Heineken. Hamish, you'll feel better, says Annoy there. I had a Fanta last night, or like this morning kind of, when I finished that second live stream. That's a beautiful run from Tupaia Cook Savage. Scores another try. Did score one of the earlier ones of the contest for New Zealand, or of the competition. But But that will now give New Zealand their lead back going into halftime. The scrum, all they needed to do was just sell that dummy, put it on the outside long button, side button, Higgin button, and Aussie button. Sear the Blues, Nate. New Zealand now take the lead. Yes, now a try first in the second half, please. He's small but fast. Sear's annoying. Yeah, sometimes those are the most dangerous players, the ones that you can't quite catch up with. Halftime, 12 points to 7. Ushvanta, you're living on the edge, brother. Sears, Naz Williams. Yeah, I didn't really get to enjoy it per se. It was more just an energy booster so that I could do the last bit of thumbnailing and video editing that I wanted to do, because yeah, it was a relatively long day yesterday. I think we went to bed at about 6:50 a.m. somewhere around there, which was a little bit late. Second half just around the corner, 12 points to 7 at the moment in favour of New Zealand, so they will be happy enough with how it's gone, but they will know that their job is not done yet. They still have to try and get through this Aussie defence maybe about 2 or 3 more times to well and truly cement it. But Australia are only one big play away from being back in the lead. Look at their high average stairs. Ollie is the best. They're showing me an ad for a cheese volcano from Domino's, which is just cheese in a thick crusted pizza thing, and it just looks weird. Has anyone tried that in New Zealand, out of curiosity, or Australia? They might have them there as well, but a cheese volcano from Domino's. It looks like it wouldn't be as good as it should be, if that makes sense. I feel so behind what's been happening in this League of the Sevens. Well, the Fijians, they are going to be playing up against South Africa for 5th place. That is at 7 p.m. New Zealand time, so about 43 minutes away from that one taking place. Well, we are actually starting 5 minutes early. For the one, do you think Fiji on purposely lost against New Zealand in the quarters just to play against South Africa in the 5th place final? No. What would be the logic behind that, out of curiosity? Just because they want to face the South Africans, or that? The thing is, right, they're playing for 5th rather than playing in a semi. Surely you want to win the semi or the quarterfinal to get through to the semi. Real cheesy cheese, Hamish. Says Blues, Nate. It looks like it. It looks like there's too much cheese. Cheese volcano sounds like a heart attack. Yeah, it didn't look as good as I think they wanted it to. But, maybe we'll get one day, me and George, and we'll give it a taste test and see if it is, in fact, just cheese, which it probably is. Looks like that's going to be the early scrum feed for New Zealand. Who do you think going to win here, says Kalhara? I think that New Zealand, for me, has the momentum, but Australia, for me, also has the squad that has the potential of coming back into this game. So, in other words, I have no idea. I think it could go either way, but I think it's only going to be split. If Australia win it, it's going to be within 7. If New Zealand win it, I think that they can actually extend this lead and get it to around that 12 points. Fiji hasn't been playing well in the last few legs of the series, says Simran. And also, who eats pineapple on a pizza, says Manus. Some people do. It's going to be the penalty now, going the way of the Australians. 40 metres out. New Zealand playing good game throughout the tournament, says Gita. And yeah, they are undefeated up till this stage of the comp, whereas Australia did suffer that loss to France in their second pool stage game. Longbottom is a short ass. Great wordplay. To be fair, we haven't actually heard that one before, so you've done well there. That's going to be knocked on by Nathan Lawson. I hope you are well. I'm currently fighting off cold. Says Simran there. But 90 points at the moment Argentina sit on at the top of the bunch. They are well and truly clear. And you and George will enjoy it. Creamy cheese dips. Says Blues Nate. The long bottom is shorter than my 14-year-old. Says Nov Mum. Don't say anything bad about pineapple on pizza. It's amazing. Says Simran there. I know that Pizza Hut recently brought out a honey pepperoni pizza, which is sweet, right? So you would think that sweet, that would suit the people who like pineapple on a pizza. Now back across. New Zealand getting rid of that ball. Big shot coming in from Henry Hutchison, who loves to put on that physicality. Dietrich Roach tackled inside of the 22 for the Australians. Trying to get back up to his feet. Dragged down again by Moses Leo. Ball available here for Australia. Maurice Longbottom looking to the short side. We had Hutchinson, but instead we'll fire it across to James Turner, who goes for the boot in behind. That is a fantastic clearing kick from James Turner just to relieve that pressure. They'll enjoy the cheese if they aren't lactose intolerant. Says Imran, and I think fruit shouldn't belong on pizza. Just normal pizza ingredients like salami, ham, cheese, chicken, mayo, pepperoni should belong on a pizza, says Marnus. Although it is 2024 and I feel like people kind of do what they want now, so it's probably hard to tell someone what they can and can't put. Like, I've heard of, what was the weirdest thing I heard of someone having on a pizza? It was some sort of vegetable, I think. And I was like, that's really weird. But I can't remember what it was, unfortunately. Don't often see Kicking in Sevens, says no mum. Yeah, I think it was just more for the territory game that they were after. Meat Lovers Pizza has to have pineapple, says Bob there. Now to pay a Cook Savage, back across, Brady Rush. Nice run for from Regan Ware, sits down the man in front of him and says, get out of my way. Cook Savage, back across to Curry. Now Dylan Collier, looking for the pass on the inside to Finina Norfolk. He accelerates, but's dragged down by Maurice Longbottom. Just because people can do what they want doesn't mean they should know fruit on pizza. Says Grant, I still think mango's a great Grant, but, you know, that's just me. And pineapple in a pizza is popular in Hawaii. Hence the Hawaiian pizza, maybe. Now offloaded back across. Regan Ware, 10 metres out from the lone. Cody Vi. At the moment, New Zealand have had a lot of possession, but now they've lost the ball. Hang on. The ref said it was stripped, which means it's play on. And that means that New Zealand score. I think that Australia were asking for a knock on. Can't have pineapple on pizza. Hate cooked. But I love it raw and average. Don't start with that mango nonsense again. And knock on, says Hanoi. But it's going to be a try here. Like, that's the thing. The strip, maybe you can understand it a little bit. But it also still looks like it was a knock on. And in that case, the mango, says Gareth there. Now that kick from New Zealand is over, and that will now give them that lead, 19 points to 7. 3 minutes remaining. Australia will need 2 converted tries, and they will soon go to their bench, I would assume, and get Michael Hooper out there on the park. Well, we will go like this, and we will go like that as well. There we go. And 19 points to 7, kicked off on the full from New Zealand. Don't you encourage him, says Grant to Gareth. Right, Maurice Longbottom here. Trying to decide what the plan is going to be here. Get well soon, buddy. I was going on my side, says Blues Nate. They're 2 converted tries down. And Shuttle Whiskey will go you well, says David. And also morning Hamish from Cold Winter Cape Town and all Kiwi lads, rocking fans, says Roof. Now back across the right-hand side. Chance here for Henry Patterson. 2 minutes left now. Back across to Nick Maloof. There is still time for the Australians. They just had to make sure they don't make the little mistakes. Maurice Longbottom looking for that pass. Gets it away now. I believe that is Ben Dowling. And come on the Kiwis, says Kalahara. And I'm impressed with the Aussies. They come back from dead. Says Ruth. Nick Maloof now. Passes back across to Patterson. Some big timber out there on the field. Henry Palmer going across. Nathan Lawson. Now to Henry Hutchinson. Gravo to URC from New Zealand. Back across. Dowling to Maurice Longbottom. Still 80 seconds remaining. And as long as there is still time left on the clock at the time that they score, they can still go on to win this game, as they will then have that next kickoff. Now back across Patterson. So away to Maurice Longbottom. 1 minute left on the clock now. It is long phase play. It's going to be taxing for both sides. Maurice Longbottom drops the ball. Does end up losing 15 metres, but the penalty goes the way of Aussie for a high tackle. Good morning, Blues. Nate says it was there from Grant. I don't understand why Michael Hooper now, he all of a sudden plays sevens. He's in his late 30s. That's very stupid just to start playing sevens at that age. I don't think that sevens discriminates. They just say, if you want to play and you're a good player, we'll take you. And, you know, I feel like he's got potential of being one of the keys for them throughout the Olympics, just around the corner. TJ Harris keeping the ball alive. New Zealand now in possession with 20 seconds remaining. Great run, Tony Nashu. And very similar to the women's game earlier on between New Zealand and Australia, it will be New Zealand scoring the last try of the match. Boom, Hamish. It's in marathon weekend. Out of the Stormers do with sleeping. They lost by 1 point. Unfortunately, last minute kick at the post didn't go over. So yeah, they lost by 1. Unlike the last time they played La Rochelle when they won by just the 1 point. Dry ground up, bud. On a Meat Lovers says, Fluffy Michael Hooper is only 32. So yeah, like he's not past it per se. Like he may even make a return to rugby union. He's still young enough that he could have more of a career for the Wallabies if he wants it. Australia are disappointed. They didn't even put Michael Hooper on the field for this game. They decided to leave him off. 24 points to 7. New Zealand do win this match. In fact, 26 points to 7. Oh, that's a very similar scoreline to what we saw in the last semi-final. 26 points to 10 in favour of the French in that one. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. Our next stream will be at 6:55. So in 30 minutes' time, that will be the matchup taking place between Fiji and South Africa. But thank you all very much for being here. And I will see you all for the next one.